All right, everyone, we're going to be settling down now. We're starting in just a moment. Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Hag Orim Sameach. I'm so excited to be welcoming in this very special occasion, this holiday, with everyone here today. Rabbi Levy is joining us as well today. If you have not noticed, I have had bronchitis for a little bit of time. My voice is a little bit shot, so we're going to be having a little bit of accompaniment with me today. Originally, we were supposed to have Avi, if you remember the emails that went out. Unfortunately, Avi right now has COVID, so we're going to be praying for a refuah shlema to Avi as well. And looking forward, though, to welcoming in this Sabbath with everyone here today. So, good Shabbos and Hag Orim Sameach. We're going to start off, though, in our custom and tradition here at Eitz Chaim, with lighting those menorahs. So I'd like to invite up everyone to come up to their menorah at this time. We're going to turn off the lights and we're going to say the brachas.
Good. Which is
So make sure you have your shamish candle.
But it doesn't look good.
Make sure you have your shamish, and then we're going to say the brachas. All right?
Right. We'll take care of that. Sorry, I'm would you like to jump in somewhere? Which is yours?
Just hold the shamish right now, waiting for everyone to.
Okay. Okay. You're going to start your way first, right?
Oh, okay. All right, then we'll do that. Then. We can do that as well.
Should I just put little ones in here and then help with this? Oh, you better?
I was going to put a match under each one.
Yes.
Okay.
David can.
I'm going to share the live stream with everyone at home so they can see the candles. There we go.
Are we saying the blessing?
We're going to say the blessing once we all stand back.
5, 6.
We did it.
This is 6.
Yes. Keep the candle.
Good to know.
Let me just get on that so you can.
If there's a lonely menorah, make sure it gets lit, because I know there are a few people who may have brought 1 or 2 menorahs, and if they have not lit it, make sure they're lit as well.
Okay. This would be tied. Okay. Liz, I remember my phone. You didn't.
Come over here.
Sure,
You're right.
go.
Okay, so this is. Yeah. So just start on the right.
Well, we would just like the Shabbat. One more over to do for Robin.
Perfect. Daddy.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't think of that.
We'll start now.
Did not think of that. I got everybody's back.
Okay. Yeah, I have a great.
See what I feel like this, I can't.
Very
cheap with the whips. I keep grabbing.
There you go.
Okay, so you want to say the bracha?
pull it out and hold it sideways.
Not even mine, someone else.
Okay.
You have your candles? You have your box of candles?
Okay, well, good. All right, watch your breath.
You just have to
Just one menorah that is unlit.
out sometimes.
Which one is
Oh, the
this?
big
The
one.
big one.
Is that the temple?
Yeah, it's a temple one.
Okay.
Okay.
Other direction.
Give me the back one.
Unless you're facing the other way.
Right? Is that neat?
So well put.
There's something in the.
All right. Now it is our custom here, now that the menorahs are lit. Oh, it's got to be on the shamash. There we go.
That's it.
Now we're going to sit down, we're going to put on these glasses, we're going to turn off the lights, and we're going to say the brachas, okay? Oh my goodness, this is really cool. I did not expect to see that. That is really cool. Wow. I did not expect that. Wow. All right. We're going to say the blessing now together, all right? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehamikner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nasi me'avoteinu bayamim ha'chaim b'zman hazeh. Amen. And take a moment to really enjoy those Stars of David. It's really cool. Unfortunately, we can't do our full service like this, although I would really love to do that. So we're going to have to turn on the lights. And now we're going to sing 2 songs, okay? If you look to our Hanukkah song sheet, we have O Hanukkah, O Hanukkah. In the first rendition, we're going to sing this one in English, okay? And Rabbi Lee is going to lead us in the English edition. And in the second one, we're going to do it in Yiddish. And I'm going to lead us in the Yiddish version, okay? So if you don't know the Yiddish is there as well as the English. Does everyone see where it is?
So mark page 67, as it's an offprint from the CD.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually the 5th page, but it's marked 67. Go figure that.
What? Say it again?
It's the 5th page in the packet, but it's marked page 67 on the bottom because it's an offprint. Yours says 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't see it.
It begins
I
with
guess you fix it.
Hanukkah, O Hanukkah. Yes. It's with Hanukkah, O Hanukkah at the top of the page.
Yes.
Did you find it? Okay. Rabbi?
Everybody ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh, Hanukkah, light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Spinning tops to play with and latkes and wheat. And while we are dancing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oh Hanukkah, festival of joy, a holiday and jolly day for every girl and boy. Spin the whirling cradles all week long. Eat the sizzling latkes, sing the happy song each night. Then we light them till 8 candles shine in a row. Retell the wondrous story of God in all His glory and dance in the warm and cheerful glow. Retell the wondrous story of God in all His glory and dance in the warm and cheerful glow. Rabbi Polit.
All right. We're going to do it in Yiddish. Oi Chanukah, Yom Tov Hasheiner, a lustiger a freiniger den Ton nach a Zoiner, alle Nachtin dredelech spinnig mir, zu der Chesolach, sessun Shir Gespinner, zu Kinder, die Chanukah lechon, Zinech ala Nisim, lobet Gott für dat Nisim, komm gechir dansen in Kol. Singen Ahad Nisim, lobet Gott für den Nisim, Gott gechir tanzen in Kol. Alright, now we are going to enter into our service, now that we have now shared the joy of Hanukkah with everyone here today. Would you like to do Ma'azur right now, or would you like to do it in the service?
Whatever.
Let's do it now. We're going to
We'll
do
do it now.
Ma'azur, and that is also in our song sheet.
Page number 2.
Did you find it? Yeah. Good. Page 1.
First thing.
Ma'azur Yeshuati Lechana El Shabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati V'sham Todah V'Sabeach
Le'etachim Masbeach Mitzor HaMasbeach Az Ekmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach Az Ekmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach. In English, Rock of Ages, let thy song praise thy saving power. Thou amidst the raging foe, once the sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but thine arm availed us, and thy word broke their sword when our own strength failed us. And thy word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
Now we're going to light our Sabbath candles. Now that we have lit our Hanukkah, we are now going to light our Sabbath candles. It's customarily done after you lit the Hanukkah. So now I'm going to ask Robin Mann to lead us in the Shabbos blessings on page 7 of our Siddurim. Page 7 of our Siddurims.
Okay. Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May His radiance illuminate our hearts.
Light is the symbol of the divine.
The eternal is my light and my salvation.
Light is the symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the eternal.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
For the mitzvah is the lamp and the Torah a light.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the eternal, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu laha'it ner shel Shabbat. May the eternal bless us with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat holiness.
Amen. Shkoyach. Okay. Let's invite up Rabbi Levy to. Also, I love the sweatshirts too. Also, a lot of people have very wonderful Hanukkah clothing today, so make sure to show that off, that pride today for everyone after our service. Lecha Dodi is on page 9. We're going to all join together for Lecha Dodi on page 9.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat v'kabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat v'kabela. Shamor v'sachor v'dibor echad. Ish mi'anu el amichad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemo tiferet li tefillah lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha. Ki mekor habracha merosh biketem nesucha sof maaseh Shabbat tefillah lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela Hidorori, ki ba'orech kumiori, uri, shir gaveri, kevod Adonai alayim kadigla lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela Mo'i v'shalom atzeret bala Gam v'simcha v'tzola Toch emunei am segula Mo'i chala lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat mekabela.
Remain standing for the Hatzi Kaddish on page 11 of our Sidurims. We now turn to page 11 for the Hatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamich malchutei v'chayekon u'v'yoimechon u'chayetecho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'yameru Amen. Yahei shmei Rabbah mevorach Le'olam me'amaya yisvara. Yishtabak v'yitvar v'yisman v'yisnasei v'yishadar v'yishaleh v'yishalal shemer kursha brechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushvechata v'nechemata damiran mi'alma v'yameru Amen. Remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 12. I'd like to invite up all of our kids to help join us in the Baruch Hu on page 12. Come on up. All of our kids. I can spot them. It's not, you can't hide. You cannot hide this evening. Alle Kinderlach.
Robert.
How young do you have to be? Under 20?
You can be under 20 and you can come on in. Okay. There are more kids here than Robert and Garrett, but
I don't think they're all here. Whoa.
all right, come on up.
Somebody's dead.
All right. Baruch Hu is on page 12. Page 12 of our Sidurims.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam.
Page 13, we'll join together in the italicized text together. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of the earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Arevim, blessed are you, O Eternal, who brings on the evening.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, ahavta Torah mitzvot u'chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Akein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofteinu u'kumeinu, nasiach bechukecha v'nishmach b'divrei Toratecha. Kula mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem mechayenu v'orech yameinu, uvahem neged yomam v'layla. Gebancha al tasir mimenu yolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohei v'amo Yisrael.
Amen. Page 15, now we're going to turn together onto page 15, where we'll cover our eyes for the Shema prayer.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We now turn to page 16. Page 16 of our Sidurims for the Leahafta. Good job, boys. Sit down. If you want to sit on up here, you can sit up here. The two best seats in the house. You can sit on up here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Page 16, we'll turn together for the V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha chayom ad levavecha v'shimatan levanecha v'dibarta bam V'shivtecha b'beitecha u'gletecha v'derech u'shachbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem echol misotai Vehitem Kedoshim Lenolekhem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 17, we'll join together for a responsive reading on page 17. Eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else. Together.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, let them study war no more.
You shall not hate another in your heart. You shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Let the stranger be in your midst, to you as the native, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt.
And now is the time that you bring forth to freedom, so all be free to sing with joy.
Adonai v'chamocha neder hakodesh norat tehilot, osei felek, nora tehilot, osei felek. Malachu dekar, Ramuvanecha, Bokei Ayam, Nifnei Moshe, Zeili Anu, Adonai Yimloch, Adonai Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed. V'nehemar Yifad Adonai Yaakov, U'galo mi'atcha tzahak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 19, once again, we have the responsive reading. Cause us, O eternal our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken us each morning to renewed life with strength. Spread over us the holy shelter of your peace.
Help us to deliver our lives by your counsel and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from hating from pestilence and sorrow.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil and shelter us. Beneath the shadow of your wings, guard our going out and our coming into life with peace from this time forth forever.
Blessed are you, O eternal, the holy shelter of peace is spread over us, over all God's people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, L'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, L'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. B'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, L'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Shesh yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, L'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. V'bayom hashvi'i, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, L'asot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. We now rise on page 21 for the Amidah prayer. Amidah prayer is found on page 21 of our Sidurians. Please.
Yes.
We stand in the center. All right. Adonai sefatati tatu v'yagite ilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu ve'imotzeinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Bahadorah, El Elyon Gomel Hasim Tovim, Mekonei HaKol, V'zocher Kastei Harot V'imahot, U'mevi Gilta Livnei B'neihem, Le'man Shemo B'yachah, Melech Hosher Yishia Magei, Baruch atah Adonai, Magei Avraham V'Sarah, Atah Gibor Olam Adonai, Chayei HaKol, Atah Hoshia, Mashir Baruach Umari HaGeshem, Mekakev Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Nofim V'Rofei Cholim,
Umatir asurim, umekayem unato, lishenei afar, michamocha pargurot, umidom elah, melech emit, umekayem, umatmiach Yeshua, v'nemar atah lehakayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shem HaKadosh v'kadoshim b'chol yom Hallelujah Selah. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We'll daven silently until page 29. Together for Oseh Shalom on page 29 of our Siddurim. Oseh Shalom Mirama, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu.
Ya'ko Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, 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 Ya'ko Yisrael, V'yiru, Amen.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. The Shabbos. The Shabbos. The Shabbos. During Hanukkah, we celebrate a miracle of antiquity. Over 2 millennium ago, the Greco-Syrian Empire had dominated Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, and an oppressive king named Antiochus. He ascended the throne. Antiochus outlawed Jewish worship, circumcision, dietary laws, and all Jewish learning. And against all odds, a Jewish army, the Maccabees, they organized a defensive. And during the war, supply chains into Jerusalem were disrupted, and the Holy Temple risked running out of oil. One night of oil lasted 8 nights until new oil could be provided, and the sanctity of Jerusalem was guarded. Continuing during this month and during Hanukkah, we'll be elevating Jewish voices from around the world, underscoring the freedom of religion we have in this country, in the United States of America. Specifically, from the post-Soviet experience, we'll be bringing a series of speakers, refugees who came to this country and immigrated to America searching for freedom. Accordingly, it seems appropriate on this Shabbat to talk about not our Parshat HaShavua, our Torah reading of this week, but instead of a personal story relating to both the post-Soviet experience and also the Hanukkah. My story documenting the intersection of these themes begins with a little biography of my own. As many of you know, I grew up in the area in the comforts of freedom, and freedom was given to me in this country. Freedom, however, was not guaranteed by virtue of birthright to my forefathers and foremothers who came from the former Soviet Union. Just 30 years ago, religious freedom for Jews was heavily restricted in the Soviet Union. And when I share this story with most millennials of today, they're easily become mystified by the Cold War era. Despite being so recent, it can seem as distant as the Exodus narrative of our Torah. However, I do remember vestiges of this era in my own lifetime. I do recall the bomb drills at elementary schools and the waves of Jewish immigrants from the former Soviet Union entering into my Hebrew school. However, for most, this memory is a distant one. In college, I sought to reconnect to this experience. I began taking intensive Russian classes and showed an interest in my heritage. I began dissecting my heritage and looked into my own familial past. I learned about relatives who fought and struggled for their religious freedom and came here for that reason. However, for me, the culmination of these studies, of this acknowledgement, would come years later with a trip to Moscow during Hanukkah. Fast forward to my first year of rabbinical seminary, I was living in Israel, and the holiday of Hanukkah rolled forward. It was during a break from classes, and I decided I wanted to do something remarkably different from my colleagues. I wanted to do something special. I wanted to return to Russia and to celebrate Hanukkah. I recall arriving in Russia to a winter wonderland. It was snowing every day, not much different from this evening, and it would become very dark easily at night, as early as 3 or 4 o'clock. And for the first night of Hanukkah, I walked to Red Square for a special occurrence. It was the 25th year anniversary of the first public menorah lighting since the fall of the Soviet Union. And as I arrived in Red Square, I was greeted by a Chabbadsky man who greeted me in both Yiddish and Hebrew. And as the event unfolded, a large menorah was constructed at the center of Red Square next to a broken statue of Karl Marx. And as the lighting began, the chief rabbi of the former Soviet Union of Russia, he greeted guests with a sermon in Russian. And in the sermon, the chief rabbi noted how it had only been 25 years since the initiation of the first public celebrations of Hanukkah in the former Soviet Union. And at the end of the celebration, there was dancing, there was Hebrew and Yiddish music. And as we danced around the menorah next to the broken statue of Karl Marx, I could not help but to think of how much our Jewish experience has changed in just a short span of 30 years. A generation ago, we would have been jailed for celebrating this holiday. And today, we were dancing around and on the graves of Soviet ideologues. Today, we are here. They are not. I spent every night in Russia from that point forward in a celebration, in a spiritual enactment of liberation. And it occurs to me today that the celebration could be no more appropriate for the holiday of Hanukkah. You see, on Hanukkah, we celebrate a miracle. It is the miracle of our tradition outliving the oppression of our enemies, our flame flickering, staying lit during the uncertain times of oppression and war. Antiochus sought to destroy Judaism by banning circumcision, by outlawing certain practices. And so too, in the Soviet Union, circumcisions were outlawed. Judaism was illegal. This story, this history, is near and dear to me. Half of my son's family did not know the tradition of circumcision until the collapse and after of the Soviet Union. And our miracle is, however, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, we are here. We can still celebrate our traditions. We will survive and endure. May our message of Hanukkah be one that, wherever we are in this world, whatever it may throw at us, we will survive. We will endure. We will keep the candles of our menorahs lit and flickering as we see them here tonight, and we will honor the heritage of our forefathers and of our foremothers and share it with our children. May we always keep these ideals close at heart from this season of Hanukkah and beyond. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Amen. So we'll have another Hanukkah song. Time for another Hanukkah song. In that spirit of Jewish pride and of belonging and keeping those flames lit of our tradition.
Okay. We're going to go to Mi Imaleh, which I have on page 70. What page is it?
Page 6.
Page 6, okay. We're going to do it B'Ivrit and then Ba'anglit. There's a few songs that features the word mark, so
Got the
good
word
stuff.
bar. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Mi Imaleh Gevurot Yisrael Otan Mi Yimneh Ein Bechador Yatum HaGibor Goel Ha'am. Again. Mi Imaleh Gevurot Yisrael Otan Mi Yimneh Ein Bechador Yatum HaGibor Goel Ha'am. Shvat Vayami Bahem Bazman Hatzeh Makabi Moshiach Ufodel Uvyamrenu Kolam Yisrael Yitachin Yakum Lahigael. In English, who can retell? Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero, a sage came to our aid. Again, who can tell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero, a sage came to our aid. Here it comes! Hark in days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabees led his faithful band. Now all Israel must as one arise, redeem itself in deed and sacrifice. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero, a sage came to our aid. Okay, I have a little dreidel.
Okay, we'll do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's spin it. Let's spin
I
it.
have a little dreidel. Everybody has a little dreidel?
I'll give you my
King of all Hanukkah songs,
I'll
right?
give you my copy.
Oh, actually got Ellie's. Thank you so much.
Got Ellie's, I think.
Page 2.
Page
It's on
3,
page-
thank you.
Page 2, sorry.
Page 2.
I have a little.
2, 3.
I know this one. So I'm
66.
willing to anyone who wants it. I'll give this one.
Right, it's the second sermon we learned in the Hebrew school.
Yes, yeah.
That and David Melech Yisrael.
Yes, David Melech
I
Yisrael.
fly pizza pie. School I went to. Okay. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Dreidel, 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 with dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body, One leg so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 one leg so short and thin. Dreidel, 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 it drops and then I win. My dreidel is so playful, it loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel, come play now, let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 it loves to dance and spin. Dreidel, 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 come play now, let's begin. Oh, dreidel.
I don't know this part.
You're gonna go for the more.
The joy of freedom won. Hey, the dreidel, dreidel, I have a little dreidel that came to me today. I'll take it back to my house for a happy holiday. Oh, dreidel, 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 it came to me today. Oh, dreidel, 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 a happy holiday. The nun stands for the ace, a miracle come true. The gimmel's for Gadol, a wonder is more than Jew. Oh, dreidel, 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 a game of joy is fun. Ah, dreidel, 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 the song of joy begun. The letter Hayes Mahayah, the struggle that went well. The Shin tells us that it was an ancient Israel. Oh, dreidel, 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 a part of joy is fun. Dreidel, 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 the joy of freedom won. One more, folks, spin the dreidel round, and though the fun's begun, it gives a joyous sound, for justice has been done. Oh, dreidel, 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 a game of joy is fun. Dreidel, 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 the song of joy begun.
So this time we're now, well, you can sit down if you want. We'll be back up again. You'll be dancing again soon, don't worry.
Dance?
Yes, you'll be dancing. We're all excited. You're a little nervous. Me too. All right, so we've now got the Mishaberach list. I'd like to ask if after the names have been read aloud, if there's any names anyone would like to add to the Mishaberach list, we'll now add those names after the names have been read aloud. So for our Mishaberach list of today, we have the following names. Evan Mitchell Wadika, Suya Bat Margalit, Ali Souza, Suzanne Wadika, Ruth Dowse, Jerry Dowse, Vicky Hyatt, Bill Natras, Miriam Mendel Ben Shira, Nachman Ben Malka, Shlomo Leib Ben Malka, Alan Lewis, Alan Yokelson, Yehuda Ben Yosef, Russ Pineri, Jeffrey Stein, Jeffrey Koffler, Evan Ebners, Claudia Schachter, Courtney Zabadik, Linda Bloom, Elaine Blitz, Linda Wilson, Rhoda Jacobs, Becky Bono, Linda Gotev, Sylvia Stern, Myra Levis, Evie Schneider, Dr. Sharon, Anita Wander, Sonia Richmond, Susan Skovernik, Lee Benner, Fran Salowitz, Marge Estrin, Yisrael Reuven, Ben Devora, Elka Stewart, Kaufman, Asher Ephraim, Bob Salowitz, Yuvan Zamot, and Michael Berkowitz. Are there any additional names anyone would like to pray for the healing of mind, body, and or of spirit for anyone? Yes.
Uncle Don, what's his full name?
Oh, Bratz, Don Bratz.
Don Bratz.
Steve and Carol Lichtenstein.
Steve and Carol Lichtenstein.
Corinne Liz.
Corinne Liz.
And Corky Hockenberry.
Corky Hockenberry.
Susan Levy Goldfond.
Susan Levy Goldfond.
Linda Hoffenberg.
Linda Hoffenberg.
Alan, Barbara, and Alicia Steinberg.
Alan, Barbara, and Alicia Steinberg. Yes.
Evan Barno.
Evan Bonham.
Barno.
Barno. Are there any additional names? Oh, I'm sorry.
Kelly
Yeah.
Grunstra, no problem.
Kelly
Kelly Grunstra.
Grunstra. All right. The words to the Mishaberach prayer may be found at the very back of our Siddurims. We're going to rise as the ark is being opened. Boys, stand on it. Join together for the Mishaberach prayer.
Mishaberach Avotenu, Torah V'Imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu, bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of
remain standing for the Aleinu prayer on page 30. The Aleinu prayer is on page 30 of our Siddur. Boys, just stand around. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עצרנו כיהיה הרצות, ולא שמענו כמשחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נותן שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זאת, וגודל מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, מלכנו אפס הוא הטוב, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום השבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Page 31, we join together. We therefore hope in you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off to heal the world through the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend, and every tongue swear loyalty. But for you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name. Let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you may rule over them soon and forever. For the dominion is yours, and you will rule in glory. As it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. I'll be reciting names now from our Yortzeit list, as well as members of our community who have recently passed. After the names have been read aloud, I'd like to ask if anyone here is observing a Yortzeit or in the period of Shloshim, to please share with our community the names of their loved ones, so that we as all one community may pray for the elevation of the Neshama to Shemayim, their soul to the heavens above. Our Yortzeit list for today include the following names: Irving Schwerbert, Stephanie Kaplan, Hyman Boda, Lillian Rashkel, Daniel Reichek, Eva Saracen, Naomi Fisher, Howard Jacobs, Jesse Schuster, Sylvia Davidoff, Arthur Lewis, Kate Salowitz, Elsie Pleshig, Philip Alstein, Alan Axelrod, Howard Friedman, Mildred Samotin, Irving Ginsberg, Myron Tannenbaum, Jose Katz, Benjamin Saracen. Recently passed from our community are the following names: Philip Alstein, Stanley Tobe, Steve Goldblum, Jacob George Tobel, Peter Lizama, Stan Perlman, David Schneider, Raphael Marcus, Florence Schneider, Sylvia Tannenbaum, Florence Gottmacher, Philip Moret, Bruce Pleshik. Are there any additional names anyone is observing a Yortzeit for here today or in the period of Shloshim of?
Lee Benner.
Lee Benner,
Shirley Goldman.
Shirley Goldman,
Pierre Tessier.
Pierre
Tessier.
Tessier,
Eleanor Benner.
Eleanor Benner,
Amanda Newman,
Amanda Newman,
Ben Rodriguez,
Ben Rodriguez,
Fred Kellogg,
Fred Kellogg,
Judy Merman,
Judy Merman,
McDonald Smith,
McDonald Smith,
Larry Bershaw.
Larry Bershaw. Any additional names? No. Okay. The words to the mourner's Kaddish may be found on page 33. If it is your custom, please rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yiskadal Yiskadash Shemei Rabah Be'alma Divra Hirutei Bi'amech Ma'chutei וחייכון אל ימיכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבן יברך ועולם עולמי עולמיה. יסברך וישתבח ויספאר ויסרומם ויסנשא ויסהדר ויסהלל ויסהלל שמי לקודשא בריחו. לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה תעבירן מעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. ועשה שלום ממרומו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved, and let us say, Amen. We now have a moment for some short but uplifting announcements. Okay. And who's it going to be tonight? It's going to be Laura. All right, Laura.
I got bullied.
You got bullied into it. I saw a little group of bullies that all surrounded you, and they said, okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat.
How's Hanukkah?
Hanukkah.
So tomorrow is Torah study and worship, virtual and in person. Torah study is at 9:30, worship is at 10:15. Havdalah and game night is January 7th, and it's going to be wine and cheese night. Sabrina Singer's Bat Mitzvah project is going to bring birthday cake boxes donated to the Old Bridge Food Pantry. More info on weekly email. We're doing our holiday gift drive. More info on the weekly email. The next blood drive is going to be February 12th, 9 to 2. More info on the weekly email. You can make an appointment online. No Hebrew school or Gesher this week. Our next board meeting is January 4th. Simcha Shabbat starts January 6th and 7th. There's going to be a Hebrew school teachers meeting on January 11th. And just a reminder, if people aren't sure, there is dinner tonight, but for people who had pre-registered. All right. And there's a bake sale. After services, there's a bake sale. Anything else I missed? All right. And the bake sale is for Sabrina's project, raising money for the cake boxes, for the food pantry. Yeah. All right. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Yeah.
Leave it up there for tomorrow.
Oh.
We'll concluding song now. And then our students from Gesher, 2 of our students are going to do an interpretive dance to a Hanukkah song. Okay? Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to close with Light One Candle. It's on page, I have 16.
It's on page 5.
Page 5, okay, page 5.
Oh.
Okay. Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. And light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine for our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain that we learned long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. Light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine from amid our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine from up in our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
All right. Shkoyach, shkoyach. Now we're going to have two of our Gesher students. David's going to be joining us next week, dancing to a song. All right, boys. Ready?
We have a choice.
Boys. Oh, I'm going to cut the feed from our live stream right now because copyright infringement will pull our video down. No, there. Okay. All right.